Morning, friends. I'm a little bit late today. I slept in. I didn't sleep well last night, and I didn't even know what time it was when I got up because my phone died. So, good morning. I don't know about any of you, and I don't really know what the reasons are, but some of them are personal for me. But hello, good morning. I'm feeling a little bit off today, and some of it's mine, and I don't know if some of it's collective, and there are those of you who are feeling a little bit off today and out of alignment, but let's see what we can do about maybe bringing ourselves back into alignment. Since this is our daily alignment practice, I'm not feeling as perky as I have been, and that's okay. And I think what's coming up for me is this, I guess I was feeling a little bit judged yesterday, and whether that was just something that I was feeling because it's my stuff, or whether I was actually being judged, I don't know. So I will seek clarity on all of that today, but it doesn't matter. It's okay, but it's interesting when we have an experience of feeling judged and we get really triggered deep inside of us. And for me, it was interesting to watch how uncomfortable I was. And that tells me that there are places inside of me that have some unresolved stuff, and for those of you who know anything about my journey at all, you know that I work really hard to resolve this stuff. There's layers and layers and layers and layers, and it's so important that we don't judge ourselves for the stuff, because a lot of it is really simply just programming. And the programming of for this reason, that reason, or the other reason, I don't understand why there's an angry face on there, but okay, sure. Or if anybody's feeling angry today, that's okay. Whatever. I don't even know where I was going with that, but we tend to judge ourselves for having the things that are painful inside of us. Programming, that's what it was. So it's really just programming, and this is programming that we pick up. This feeling of I'm not good enough, for whatever reason. It comes from so many different places. For a lot of us, it starts really early in childhood, and it may be with our parents, it may be with extended family members, it may be siblings, and we integrate this programming of, or this imprinting of, for whatever reason, I'm not good enough, and then we begin to own it. We look for affirmation that that story is true throughout the rest of our lives, and there will always be evidence, because we live in a world that is, we live in a physical construct that's actually created to judge. The mind sees things in polarity so we can have the experience. So we're created to be able to see contrast, but it's what we're choosing to do with it as individuals that matters, and when we learn to live truly from that core of who we are, and that non-judgmental space of the unified lens of the heart, then we're not going into judgment in the same way, and we're seeing all other, seemingly other people as a part of ourselves. So again, the thing that was coming up for me was just feeling kind of a disproportionate response to this very small thing that came in, and triggers of maybe I'm not a good mom, maybe I'm not a good person, and it's like, oh my God, really? Okay, that's there, so it's my job to hold that with love. So when you have that stuff that comes up that's triggered by the things that are coming in to your awareness from your external world, try to let go of the mess and where it came from. Who was the messenger? Where did this energy come in? Because it's really not about that. And you can certainly seek resolution in that space if needed. And I would definitely recommend that. Conversation is so important, honest, open, vulnerable conversation. But the work at hand is to go within and say, oof, why do I feel so uncomfortable with that input? What am I hiding from myself? Okay. So what are we aligning with today? Our self-worth, being able to see ourselves and all others through that field of the heart, dropping that tendency to go into judgment. We can notice when we're judging, and we can choose to deal with our stuff around that. Because if I'm judging someone else, I've got my stuff. That's my stuff. It's not theirs, it's mine. And I haven't sought to understand my stuff, so I don't understand what's happening out here, and I will judge that. And it's okay, but it's not helpful. It happens, but it's not helpful. So, there's discernment, and then there's judgment. So the goal is to go into a space of really, really aligning within ourselves. What is my truth? Where are my wounds? What are my programs? Okay, so I think what might be really helpful today, in light of what's coming up for me and maybe for a bunch of you, is to breathe into our bodies. We'll do this in a second, and kind of, throw on the searchlight in our fields and have a look for where are those things, where are those programs and imprints of I'm not good enough? Where are we holding those? Or I'm wrong. Somehow I'm wrong. That was a big one for me. And I do think that some of it for me is that I was the angry faces confused me, but that was not a planned pregnancy. Okay, so there, and I've worked with that. I've gone right back into the womb and worked on some of the imprinting from that, like I don't belong here, I'm not wanted, all of that. But maybe there's more. There's probably other lifetimes too. And this stuff is very quantum. For those of you who know about the quantum work and the shamanic work, that it's not just this one isolated experience that's impacting us. So, okay, so let's all breathe into our bodies. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. I hope that this is helpful today. I'm a little scattered out all over the place, so because I kind of feel like I got hit a little bit, and I got rattled, and that's my stuff, so that's cool. It's good. So let's first of all, okay, so I'm going to tell you what we're doing. We're going to breathe into those places and ask some questions in regards to where am I feeling these places of lack within myself, etc. Okay. So for those of you who have joined before, you know how we start. So we're going to start by anchoring in, okay, aligning within the center of our field, rooting down into the core of the earth. Breathe a long, deep breath into your body. Okay, and then notice you're locked in. Okay, if you feel scattered out, bring yourself in with a long, deep breath. Bring in your energy, bring your field in, maybe about here. Let's get a little close today. So we're aligning with self-worth, feelings of worthiness, a knowing of our worthiness. I'm okay. So 3 long, deep breaths down into the heart center, and you can put your hand over your heart if it helps you bring your awareness down there. 5 count in, 5 count out, and on the 3rd breath, think of something really yummy. Something that brings you great joy. Maybe we can go into a moment during childhood when we felt really, really loved and really playful. And if you can't find a moment there, that's okay. And I'm sorry for that, but find a place where you feel great joy. So you should feel a little buzzy and hummy and sometimes a little bit uncomfortable in the heart center when we're not used to being there. That's okay. I feel a little more open there, so that's good. And there's my dog wanting to go out again because I got up late. I already let him out once, but okay. So here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to go and let my dog out. And while I'm gone, I would like for you to sit. You can close your eyes if you want. Some long, deep breaths. Okay, just really, really get into that safety within yourself. I am safe. Breathe into your body and your field and open up that dialogue and ask. Basically you're looking for places where you're out of alignment with your worth. So where am I holding those programs and imprints and beliefs that I'm somehow not worthy or I'm not good enough? And if it's not there, good for you. You don't need me. Okay? So breathe into those places. And then when you find them, I want you to love them and I want you to speak to them and tell them the things that they need to hear. Those places inside of you that hurt. I love you. You are so worthy. You're amazing. You're beautiful. Okay? I'm going to let him keep doing his thing and I'm going to stay with you because we're almost done. And it's okay that sometimes I don't feel good enough because these programs are huge. We live in a world that capitalizes on that, on our feelings of not being enough. So let's disintegrate all of that and really breathe light from your core into your whole field and remind yourself of your perfection. I am the love of God itself, the love of our Creator itself, embodied. All wrapped up in a bunch of programs. But at the very core, who am I? Find that. There you go. Okay, so really, really sit with that. And I want, I'm going to click off and go help my dog because he's crying down there. You can hear him. But I'd really like for all of you to sit and breathe into that for a little bit longer and really breathe into that perfection that you are always, no matter what the thoughts are, that never changes. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what the story is that you're trying to write in your own mind about who you are and who you aren't. You're perfect. You're beautiful. You're supposed to be human. That's what we came here to do. And I really love all of you so much. I see you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining. This is how much I love you. Goodbye. Have a great day.